Got a water for gas system for my good friend here, Josh, from the state of Puebla. He's up here and making it happen, and then he's making his own film. Your name?
Alex.
Alex. All right. So anyway, we're here to make history today. Hopefully solve some problems on this planet. Anyway, we're making water for gas electrolyzers, and this is the setup we got going on right here. And we're going to be assembling everything together. All right. So as we go, we have our template that we're going to use this here. We're going to be drilling our holes in these 4 lids here because we're going to put 4 cells into this Jeep. That's a 91 or 99?
91.
91. Okay, 1991. Was it Cherokee? This is
Sahara.
Sahara. All right, that's a Sahara. All right. So anyway, the first thing we got to do is drill holes.
What size is the drill bit?
Well, basically, let's work that out right now because I think you want to keep it tight because it's all about the vacuum. And so, you know, you're going to be able to cover it up with some goop. This right here, amazing goop, and to make everything nice, tight, and no drips. All right, so we are taking a 3/16 blade or a drill, and we're going to drill our holes for the vents.
Pero ¿cómo le marca esto?
No, pues,
no sé cómo le hace.
Por el taladro, el otro, el de pila. ¿No tienes brocas tú?
¿Qué size es?
316 creo.
¿Quiere una broca de esas?
Okay.
No,
So we want to give space to make sure you have space for the check valve, and essentially we're going to be duplicating a lid, even though these 2 that's got bolts in them aren't going to be used. But essentially, if you forget about these 2, and it'll just be those 4 holes, your regulation valve, your check valve, positive, your negative lead, and then where your hydrogen comes out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to drill those right now.
Hello. Yeah.
And so first thing, make our, just basically you want to give probably about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch from the edge, and mark your holes. Get us pin it right. All right, good enough. We can make that work. And then there, and your plus and minus leads are going to be 1/4 inch. So these are 3/16 here, 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 and here. 3/16, 1/4 inch here and here. All right. You also want to make sure that you get it far enough away from the center, because what you're going to be doing, this is going to be the cross brace here. So you want to give on the other side so your bolts can fit through, and basically nothing's going to obstruct. Putting your plastic separator is going to keep your positive and negative leads away from one another, and no shorting out. All right. So those are those 2 loads. So basically we're going to duplicate the rest. Same thing, other 4 lids. Same configuration. Now the ones that are going to be at the end are going to have the regulation valve. The other ones are just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. But we'll do our ones at the end first. Make it a little further away so far as your positive and negative lead. And it's good to designate which leads are going to be, because that's going to just save you a hassle in the future as you begin to construct them. Okay, for the other 2, you're only going to use 4. So it's going to be your hydrogen in, hydrogen out, Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we are going to put a check valve in all 4 of these. So, don't forget 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I did forget something. Anyway, minus, positive. I'm a little slow with these. Make sure I don't make a mistake. So I'm just going to do 4 holes, and then we'll work out.
Those are the one that.
For a check valve. Yeah, so 5 holes in all of them. In the same configuration. Only difference being that one of them is going to have, instead of a pass-through valve, it's going to have your vacuum regulation valve. And that's the unit that's going to be at the end of the line, so to speak, with okay, got those. All right, now we use our, essentially these are going to be a 1/4 inch, so we want to get a little wider drill bit. Again, try to make them tight, just so you have good vacuum, because that's the key to this. The better vacuum you maintain, the more hydrogen you're going to get in your engine and increase your gas mileage. And again, like also what this does is it puts oxygen back in the atmosphere as you drive. So how's that for a change? Now, one of the things that people in Cochabamba, when they had the People's Climate Change Conference last year in Cochabamba, Bolivia, that was, you had people walking over the mountains, the Amara and the Quechua people. And they said the one thing that you have to do, well, that one's bad, is you in the Western countries, and the developed countries got to reduce emissions because it's killing the mountain. All the glaciers are melting all over the world because all the carbon monoxide.
El amarillo. El eléctrico. El eléctrico está allá.
You want to test everything to make sure everything fits, because once you put the goop down, you want to get it to set as quickly as possible, and that way you're going to get a better seal. So you want to plan your work and work your plan. So oh, get this back. All right, yeah, it's going to be coming up to the bottom. You can either put your lock washer. I recommend put your lock washer on the bottom. And mind you, at some point you will have to change out the electrical wires, because they will deteriorate over time, because steel and water eventually will dissolve. And so you want to put way it goes, lock washer, regular washer from the inside. Then on top you want a regular washer, and then you want a regular bolt. And then what we're going to do is color code our wing nuts, because this is where you're going to attach the leads. That's going to bring your electricity to each of the of these 4 cells. So we've got a red ones and we got black ones already painted up. So essentially, is put it on like so. For that one, yeah, I'll put the lock washers underneath, because you want the underside to be the one not spinning. Sorry, I should have mentioned that when I first did it. So I'm just going to show you basic setup, and so you get an understanding where these seals are drilled, and before we put all the goop on and everything else. Just kind of give you a seat constructed. So there's those Then you're going to have your regulation valve, which is essentially you just, with the 3/16, you're going to have to, it's got this little nub at the end, so which is great for keeping it fixed. You just want to make sure you don't stress the top until you crack the lid, so it just kind of sets, and then we're going to goop it. And then it's going to be the same thing with this valve here. Again, since these are close together, you got to be careful not to crack the lid. If you need to, drill it out a little bit more so you don't break it, which is probably what we'll have to do with these.
It won't matter where the check valve goes, or you have to be
well, you know, it's basically what you want to do is make sure, because the underside you've got this X, so you want to have everything fit. And check valve with the arrow going up. And so I actually think I got this one a little too close. All right, so we have to redo another lid. But yeah, so anyway, that's the idea. So you can kind of quickly see how things are going to hook up, and that's how essentially, except this valve is going to go here when I drill it again, and that one there. So that's essentially the basic setup. Underneath here, your lead's coming off, wrapping around your separator like so, and you just goop everything on. And goop is very good stuff. It adheres well, it stays connected in cold weather. I ran my van all through the winter and it was fine. All right, so let me stop the tape so I can kind of explain that. All right, what I'm going to do right now is basically score this so our leads will fit very nice, our wire, when we wrap it around, and that way it'll like lock in there and stay in its place. So what I'm going to do, it's a way to do it, there's numbers ways. If you got a Dremel, you can do it with a Dremel. I'm using a drill, and you want to do it at an angle and just kind of make grooves. It doesn't have to be very deep, just so enough to where it's going to hold. You want to give yourself an ability to bite into it. And basically go like the depth of the bit. And that'll just help everything stay right in place. No set dimensions. Is kind of like what I found, it tends to work itself out.
How many you have to do anyway?
I would do like maybe a 1/4 inch apart, because basically you want to get as many wraps around it, because the more wire that's in the water, more hydrogen produce. So
the wire wears off, like it gets rusted and it gets broken, nothing?
What's that?
The wire never gets...
Well, it'll dissolve, particularly the anode, the positive lead, because you're sending all the electrons to the negative lead, and so basically after a while it's just you know, being in the water, because this potassium hydroxide, some pretty powerful stuff. You don't want to, when you do the mixture with the water, you don't want to get the stuff on your skin, because it will start to burn. And this is pretty volatile stuff, so you always want to have this sealed up in a sealed container where no water can get in, because it will essentially expand in gas and liquid. This is my 4-cell system that I just put in this Jeep Sahara. It's a 1991. Very good looking Jeep Sahara for 1991, I must say. Someone took very good care of this. But anyway, I did this whole system in 8 hours from start to finish. And it seems to be running just fine. We got our valve and such in there, regulator, and we just went right in here. I hope you know if you can see that or not, but there you go. So there you go, 4-cell system. This is my 3rd successful install. There's nothing but oxygen coming out of the tailpipe, or not nothing, but mostly oxygen. So you can breathe what comes out of your exhaust pipe. Very outstanding. This is Brother Biku. We're going to do many more. Peace.